What could be behind that mysterious sealed-off room? What secrets has it been hiding? And what happens to those who dare enter it? Let's find out in today's scary story. The walls are closing in. I had just transferred to a new university. After a month, I was getting used to the small mountain town. Sure, it was really quiet to quiet. I missed the noise of the city, the wind whistling through the gaps of my window, the distant hum of traffic and people talking. But here peace was golden, or so I thought. The campus was pretty old, very old. Most buildings were built during the colonial era, leaving us with long, dark, wooden corridors that smelled like damp walls and ghosts. I was assigned to room 207 on the second floor. It was a decent room. The bed was a bit squeaky, but other than that, it was quiet, almost eerily so. While unpacking, I noticed a strange floor plan posted on the corridor wall. All the rooms on the second floor were numbered, or they should have been. Between rooms 206 and 208, there was a space, a blank area without a room number, no door. Only a blank space where a door should have been. It was odd, sure, but I didn't think much of it. I settled into my room, pulling the curtains closed, burying myself in books. Now, curiosity gnawed at me. That night, while everyone else was asleep, I walked out into the hallway with my phone, flashlight. I stood between 206 and 208. There was a faint draft coming from the wall. Maybe it was just the wind. I shrugged and tapped on it. It sounded hollow. I pressed harder, and the sound changed to something solid like wood. I realized I was standing on a door hidden behind the wallpaper, concealed for decades. I came back with a small tool and scratched at the wallpaper. Underneath was a door, sealed shut and painted over. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. I pried at the edges until the door creaked open, revealing a narrow, dust-choked room. Pitch black, and I scolded, like it had been sealed for decades. I switched on my phone's flashlight and stepped in, each step crunching on the floorboards. It was a small room with a rusted metal bed, a wardrobe with a hanging mirror cracked down the center, and a chair facing the corner. On the bed was something worse, a blood-stained diary. The leather cover was dry and brittle, the pages filled with spidery handwriting. I opened it. They say this place is cursed, haunted by restless spirits. But there's nothing here but silence and shadows. Yet, sometimes in the stillness, I hear voices whispering my name. And sometimes when the moon is full, I see shapes moving outside my window, just beyond the pale light of the moon. Are they real or figments of my imagination? I am not insane. They put me here. They said I was a danger. But I only saw what others refused to see. I feel their presence in the shadows, their cold fingers brushing my skin. I hear their whispers in the wind, their laughter echoing in my dreams. They want me to join them, to let go of my earthly ties and embrace the darkness. But I resist, clinging to my sanity, to the last shreds of my soul. Will I hold on? Or will I succumb to the whispers, surrender to the darkness? Suddenly, the air in the room shifted. The temperature dropped, sending a shiver down my spine. The door slammed shut behind me. I turned, my heart pounding, and gasped. The room had changed. The walls were covered in handprints, my handprints. The mirror on the wardrobe reflected my terrified face, my eyes wide with fear. The chair scraped back slowly, swiveling to face me. I stumbled back, knocking over a vase that shattered on the floor. The shards glinted in the faint light, and I felt a sharp pain in my chest. I looked down, but it wasn't bleeding. I looked back at the mirror. The reflection tilted its head slowly, turning its eyes away. It stared into the corner, and I followed its gaze. The reflection smiled. I couldn't see its lips move, yet I heard its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "You opened the door," it whispered. "So now you stay." And everything went black. I woke up hours later, my hands covered in dust. The diary slipped from my numb fingers and fell shut. I looked around. The walls were bare again. The furniture was neatly arranged. The door was gone, vanished as if it were never there. I got up, brushed off my clothes, trying to shake off the lingering dread. The memory of the diary still fresh in my mind. I ran to the warden's office, panicked. I burst through the doors, demanding answers. The warden, a stern woman with tired eyes, looked at me silently for a long moment before speaking. Her voice was like gravel. "You all right, dearie?" she finally asked. I nodded, then shook my head, my throat tight with fear. "That room," I stammered, pointing a shaky finger towards the door. "What is it? What's in there?" The warden sighed, rising from her chair. She walked to a filing cabinet and opened a drawer, pulling out an old file. It contained a photograph. It was me, but the photo was dated 1987. "You're not the first," she said quietly, her eyes fixed on the faded picture. "That room, it finds who it wants. Then it erases them." Her words echoed in my ears as I stumbled back. Erasing them? What did she mean? Was that what happened to me? Had I already been erased? Shaking, I rushed back to my room, needing to escape the oppressive atmosphere of the old building. As I fumbled with my key, my mind raced. Was I truly safe? The warden's words pounded in my head, amplifying my fear. Bursting through the door, I stumbled inside, my gaze frantically searching for any signs of intrusion. My eyes landed on the mirror, and I froze. The room was still as I had left it, the wardrobe, the bed, the chair, all undisturbed. But it was the mirror that held my attention. My reflection stared back, innocent and unaware, or so I thought. I took a hesitant step closer, my heart pounding against my ribs. The reflection mirrored my movement, its eyes boring into mine. A chill snaked down my spine. Something was different, yet I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I reached out a hand, my fingers hovering mere inches from the cool glass. The reflection did the same, its hand impossibly close, yet tantalizingly out of reach. Panic welled up inside me, squeezing my chest, making it hard to breathe. My reflection's eyes, once familiar and comforting, now seemed alien, devoid of the warmth I had known. They were now fathomless pits of darkness. Terror lent speed to my feet as I fled the room, each step echoing the hammering of my heart. I needed to get away from that room, from the mirror, from the reflection that no longer resembled me. Reaching the safety of my car, I didn't stop to question the absurdity of it all. I didn't stop to wonder how a reflection could terrify me, or why my own image had become a harbinger of fear. I just drove, desperate to outrun the dread that clung to me like a shroud. As the miles rolled by, I dared not look back. I didn't need to. The image of those dark eyes, bottomless and accusing, was seared into my mind. When I finally looked in the mirror, at home that night, My reflection stared back, unremarkable, mundane. But in that ordinariness there was a terrifying familiarity. The reflection didn't smile, didn't tilt its head or bore into me with dark eyes. It just stared, an eerie doppelganger, in the glass, a silent testament to a horror I couldn't comprehend.